how do you find your creativity, and like more specifically, how did you find the creativity for something that's like as culture shifting as verses?
Man, you know, I've always found inspiration through the darkness because, we always been through trials and tribulations, but as creatives, it's our job to carve out peaceful zones. Versus is a peaceful zone. It's a celebrational, educational zone, and all parts of artistry is that as well. Whether you're a musician, whether you're a figurative painter, whether you're a videographer, whatever you are, like that's those mediums bring light uh, to people, and I think that it's important for the creatives to put their heads down, or rather lift their heads up and come up with things that are taking people's pain away for that, um, for those minutes or those hours that they're in front of them. And that's what made Versus so strong, was people can have an escape and a getaway from all of the news that they're watching, the things that they're seeing outside. They get to unplug and plug into the
Mhm.
positive energy. So I think that has been blessings.
How important is that education piece for verses?
It's really important because a lot of the youth today weren't privileged to listen to their music because they wasn't born.
Mm.
And a lot of people like to put age on music, but music is timeless. These artists, these queens are timeless. So I feel that their music should be in rotation just like new music should be in rotation. The same thing, with the success of what we just seen with Brandy and Monica.
Crazy.
Them doing verses was a whole new rebirth for them, but it shouldn't have been. We should have still been rocking Brandy and Monica.
Yeah.
But what happens is we start moving so fast, and we start leaving back so many gems and so much jewelry in the treasure chest. Like, no, open up the treasure chest, because the information and the experience can teach the younger generation that's coming up. We all got to pull
Yeah.
from something. So it's been an honor for myself and Tim to be able to pull Miss Gladys, Miss Patty out, for this amazing event on my birthday. So that's like my gift to myself.
Now my stats might be off, but you had your first record on the radio at 16, right? Is that correct?
Yeah,
And you had
16
your
going.
first and you had your first platinum record at like age 18. Like how important would you say it is for students to start now versus the when I grow up mentality?
Well, I think the more experience you have, the more longevity you can have, right?
Mm.
Um, but you got to allow yourself time to mess up as well. You got to allow yourself time to be great, and that's what I love about verses. It's like those artists that you've seen coming on verses. It took them time to be where they at.
Absolutely.
It took time to them to have 20 songs of classics that they can celebrate with another person to have 20 certified classics. That's a big,
Mm.
like 20 hits. That's a that's a
It's
lot, man.
not easy. It's not easy.
It's a lot of people that you can't put that name on that board, and that's just 20. A lot of them got way more than 20.
Yeah.
So you just gotta always give that time for that time to give you the blessings back. So that's like very
Yeah.
important.
You talk about in this piece about the power of having a strong team and strong network. Like how important has that been to your career, networking and like having a strong team around you?
Well, we always need a strong team around us, no matter what, and we always need people that have the same energy. One thing that represents your team is the energy of your team, right?
Yeah.
So if you speak to anyone from my team, whether it's Grady, whether it's Snags, whether it's my lawyers, whether whoever, they're gonna have a certain type of energy that represent me, and that same type of energy represent them as well that I have. And the energy of your team is very important. And I feel like this is something new because me and Tim merged teams for verses. So you got different personalities, you got different energies, and it's all a balance. It's all a
Mm.
balance, right? And so you're only as good as your team. Like, and it's funny you say
Yeah,
that
it's a
because
fact.
right now I'm just expanding so much, and for my other businesses and different things I have going on, I just said, you know what, I just want the best people doing the best things. Don't cut no corners. Like, just go straight to the best people. It's just gonna save you a bunch of time. It might cost you a little bit more money, but like,
Hmm.
you're gonna waste so much money trying to save money,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
like,
man.
if you
Talent
look at
ain't
like,
cheap.
damn, like, I got like 10 cheap people, but when I could have got like two certified people, that would have did the job of 20 cheap people, right? It's a
Hmm.
balance, So some things you can't cut no corners with, and your team you can't cut no corners with, and that's something that I always knew, but this year it means way more to me, because now, more than ever, I'm running my own businesses. Like, I merged out of these big corporations into making my own big corporation with a few people that I love.